Hello there and welcome to ISEB Classes. This is Ashmita, and in today's class we are going to discuss about the ISEB Common Pre-Test. Now you have come across this video only because you were searching for this, correct? So let's get to know what is all about this ISEB Common Pre-Test. So let's get started. The ISEB Common Pre-Test is basically designed to provide independent senior schools with information about a pupil's current attainment and potential prior to them taking common entrance in year 8. Here I'm going to talk about certain key facts about the ISEB Common Pre-Tests, like who takes it, how many parts of these tests are there, like whether it's standardized and universal or not, and how much time does it take to complete this examination, and what is its purpose. So all the details we are going to discuss right now. Now this examination is taken in year 6 or 7 when pupils are aged between 10 and 12 years old. It provides a universal and standardized measure of attainment, ability and potential. It's made up of 4 tests comprising of English, mathematics, verbal reasoning and non-verbal reasoning. These 4 tests take approximately 2.5 hours to get completed. These tests can be taken together or separately, but each component must be finished in one sitting once started. These exams are created for the ISEB by the GL assessment. These are online and adaptive. The questions are mostly in multiple choice format, and candidates are registered by the senior school or the schools for which they are entered. Results for these examinations are available to all the senior schools for which the candidate is registered, so the candidate only has to sit one test. Now these tests are designed for the UK independent sector. A pupil can take only a test once. If the multiple tests are taken, then the first test result will stand. Candidates can take the tests in any location that has an internet connection, but they are normally taken at the child's current prep school. If a child is overseas, then tests can be taken locally. In general, we can say registration and administrative functions are the responsibility of the senior school, and the taking of the tests is the responsibility of the prep school. So why should we choose this pre-test? What's its importance? Now this means that they are able to establish 1 or 2 years in advance of a child potentially transferring to their school if that child will meet the academic standard. Now, if a child passes the pre-test, they will usually be offered a place contingent on them than passing the common entrance at 13 plus of age. Now, each school decides on how they use a child's common pre-test results. Highly selective, oversubscribed and popular senior schools may use the pre-test to deselect the pupils. They will therefore tell some parents that their child has been eliminated from the admissions or from the common entrance process, and or they may put them on a reserve list. Now, which schools use the ISEB Common Pre-Tests? Now, the ISEB Common Pre-Test is not only the pre-test available, but it is one of the most popular exams. So I would be telling you which of the following schools follow this one. So you have this in Abbots Hill School Pretest, you have an Allen School Pretest, you will get this pretest in Ampleforth College Pretest, then Ardingly College Pretest, then Bedford School Pretest, and there are numerous schools like this. I won't be mentioning all the names, it's quite unnecessary, but it's just a detailed video regarding why you should be taking this pretest. Now, apart from the list that I have told, and apart from the schools which follow the method of pretest, what about the other schools? Now, there are some schools that create their own pretests. Others use bespoke tests commissioned directly from the GL or the other providers, such as the CEM. Some of the tests are online and some of them are offline, and some of them are a combination of both. Remember one thing, that not every school takes pre-tests. So always check each individual school that you intend to apply for and do so well in advance. Now, can you prepare for the ISEB Common Pre-Test? Now, there is no doubt that familiarity with the different question types, experience of the computerized interface, and some knowledge of what to expect can significantly help you. Now, if a child is confident and not faced by the process, they stand a better chance of performing to their maximum potential. Here I'm going to tell you an overview of what subjects are there in this entrance examination and what all you need to prepare for it. Now so in a bit more detailed manner right now we are going to discuss. The ISEB Common Pre-Test is made up of 4 individual tests which can be taken at different times and in any order. However, candidates must complete each individual test in one sitting. First, our first subject that we are going to discuss about is English. It's basically taken to assess the comprehension, then the sentence completion questions, then the spelling and the punctuation questions, in order to assess the ability of the candidate to answer all these. Then the maths portion assesses the mathematical ability relative to the national curriculum stage. Then you have this verbal reasoning section that assesses the thinking and the problem solving with the words. Then you have the non-verbal reasoning section that assesses the thinking with shapes, space, diagrams, and pictures. So in total, we can say the 4 parts of ISEB Common Pre-Test take approximately 2.5 hours to administer and to complete. Now, there is no audio component to any of these tests. With the exception of the English test, each assessment contains examples and practice questions. So a pen and a paper are allowed in the maths test for working out. No other test requires or allows for additional materials. Each test has a timer and a time limit set for its completion, and for each question, candidates must select an answer from a choice of 5, and then they have to press next to submit. Candidates cannot return to a question once an answer has been submitted and the next button pressed. The timings for each test would be discussed right now, and this basically excludes the time required for each test to be set up and for login to be completed. It does, however, include the time required for the candidates to reread the on-screen instructions, and in the case of the English test, the time allotted for the reading of the comprehension passage is also included. The English section has 25 minutes. The mathematics section has 50 minutes. The verbal reasoning section has 36 minutes. The non-verbal reasoning section has 32 minutes. Each test will begin with a set of instructions that candidates must read carefully. They will tell the candidates how to navigate through the test. Each question is presented individually. Now, in the verbal reasoning test, 2 question types require a candidate to select more than one answer. Now, if 2 answers are selected and the candidate wants to amend one of his choices, one answer must be deleted, it should be deselected before a new answer can be chosen. Now, where the passage is presented in the English test, it will be visible on each question page, and candidates can use a set of scroll buttons to navigate the text. For some questions, candidates will need to refer to a specific set of lines from the text. A progress bar at the bottom of the screen tells the candidates how many questions they have answered, and a timer at the top of the screen will indicate how much time they have left. Now, tests will be administered in a formal test environment, even though they are being taken online. The usual expectations of the behavior and the constraints of a test will be in place. Now, the candidates will be expected to work in silence, whilst the teachers will do their best to ensure that the candidates are progressively and appropriately and not they are progressing appropriately and they are not using any unfair means. The teachers will also look after the candidates, whether they are rushing through any part of the test or they need any kind of help regarding any content of the test questions or not. Now, this section is for the parents, where I would tell you how you can make your child get familiar with the computer interface and how to answer the questions under strict timed conditions by using the practice tests and courses that are available online, which have been specifically designed for your child's purpose. Now for that, you can join our classes also at Source's Classes. You can get all the details of our institution in the description box just below this video. Let us come back to the discussion of this examination. Now, the on-screen format test. The process, the test duration and the question types replicate the real test experience as closely as possible. By getting used to the process, your child will have an idea of what to expect, and this will help them to approach the real test confidently and calmly. Yeah, so that's it for today's class. Hope so you understood all the details about this entrance examination. And if you are by chance wanting to prepare for this examination, you can just join our classes. The official link is in the description box and the contact details are also given there. So do join our classes and get all the benefits over here from the expert guidance of our teachers. Yeah, so that's it for today's class. We're going to meet once again in our next classes.